Don't forget to subscribe. Appreciate all your support. Enjoy the video. Teacher Talking Sports here. And let's take a look at the Week 12 NFL schedule because if you are still alive in your survivor pool, awesome job. There's been upsets galore. Last week we saw Tennessee lose to the Houston Texans. Before that, we've seen games such as the Jets beat the Titans as well. The Bills lose to the Jaguars. So there's been a boatload of upsets this season. So if you're still alive in week 12, give yourself a pat on the back. Well done. Job well done. This week, man, is this a challenging week for Survivor. Never mind the fact that you can't take 11 teams. There are no heavy favorites this week. So, of course, we start with our 3 Thanksgiving games. We got Chicago at Detroit, Las Vegas at Dallas, Buffalo at New Orleans. Most people would probably believe that Dallas should win on Thanksgiving. But mind you that Dallas may be without their top 2 receivers. They will not have Amari Cooper due to the COVID situation, and they may not have CeeDee Lamb, who is in concussion protocol. So they may have Cedric Wilson and Michael Gallup as their top 2 receivers. Not sure if Tyron Smith will be back. Yes, Las Vegas has looked terrible, especially since the Henry Ruggs situation. But, no guarantee. Detroit is winless, yes, but can you really pick the Bears with certainty regardless of who they're playing? And Buffalo put up a stinker against the Colts last week, and 3 weeks ago, where they put up an absolute offensive dud against the Jaguars in losing 9-6. So while the Saints haven't played well either, Buffalo hasn't really done anything to inspire people who may look to take them. Then if we look at the Sunday schedule, Pittsburgh at Cincinnati, Tampa at Indy, Carolina at Miami, Tennessee at New England, Philadelphia at New York, Atlanta at Jacksonville, New York at Houston, Los Angeles at Denver, Los Angeles at Green Bay, Minnesota at San Fran, Cleveland at Baltimore, and then our Monday night game is Seattle at Washington. Let me say there's some bad games in there. For example, Atlanta at Jacksonville. Can you really pick someone? Not really. Definitely without certainty. Jets at the Texans. Who knows? So that's too bad. Carolina at Miami. Miami's won 3 in a row, so you can't even be sure about Carolina. Cam Newton played well to start the game last week, but they ended up losing to Washington. Cleveland hasn't looked good recently. Baker Mayfield clearly playing injured, but they still got a ton of talent. And Lamar Jackson missed the last game due to illness. I'm going to assume he plays this week. But again, Cleveland has a lot of defensive talent, and Baltimore hasn't exactly been blowing out teams this season. San Fran's played a lot worse at home than they have on the road. So even though they've been kind of hot, so is Minnesota. They just beat Green Bay. Tough game to pick. Rams at Packers. Both teams coming off a loss. Well, Rams had a bye, and they had lost their previous 2 games. Do you see the Rams losing 3 in a row? Do you see the Packers losing 2 in a row? Who knows, right? Eagles at Giants. Even as a Giants fan, Eagles are just playing very well. They running 45 times a game, and no one can stop them. But with the Giants firing Jason Garrett, does that revitalize their offense? Is that the spark they needed? So who knows? New England arguably been the hottest team in the NFL, but even though Tennessee lost to Houston in a huge upset last week, they still nearly outgained Houston by like 300 yards. It was just that Ryan Tannehill threw 4 interceptions. And let's not forget they beat the Rams without Derrick Henry, and they're still 2-1 without Derrick Henry. So that game, who knows? Colts have been playing very well. Jonathan Taylor looks like he is the best running back in the NFL with Derrick Henry injured. Tampa Bay had lost 2 in a row, but got back on the winning side against the Giants last night. Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. Pittsburgh hasn't looked good of late, but a rivalry game. Even Cincinnati's been up and down. What game do you like? I mean, it's hard to pick one. And then the Monday night game, Seattle at Washington. Seattle hasn't looked good. Washington has won 2 in a row, but you never know when Russell Wilson's going to come back and perform like as expected, because his first 2 games back have, been major disappointments. So very tough week. Even if we look at the spreads, these spreads come from DraftKings, Sportsbook, FanDuel, and this is from Lines.com. The biggest favorite is the Cowboys. Most sites got it at 7.5. Then we got the Bills at 5.5, and I actually think, Patriots are 6 points favorite. So there's only one team favored by a touchdown extra and an extra point or more, and that's the Cowboys at 7.5. See a lot of spreads: 3, 4, 3, 2, 3.5, 1, 2.5, 3, 1, 3, 4, 1. Like, this is just a hard week, and like I said, if you're still alive in Survivor, you have 11 teams you can't pick. The highest favorite Cowboys might be without their top 2 receivers and have put up complete duds in 2 of their last 3 games on offense. So who are you taking if you are still alive in Week 12 Survivor? Honestly, if I had every team available, my top choice might be the Los Angeles Chargers, a 3-point favorite. I just don't believe in Denver at all. Justin Herbert looked phenomenal, but even they had trouble, blew a large lead to the Steelers before Herbert connected with Mike Williams to end the game. Cowboys should win, so that might be my second choice. Although, again, 2 out of the last 3 games struggled on offense. Actually, my second choice would be the Bills. I just don't expect them to lose 2 in a row. Every time it seems like they put up a dud, the next game they come out and perform. So I think my top choice, top choice Bills. That would be my top choice. But the Bills are a good team despite their 6-4 record. Odds are a lot of you have taken them already. My second choice would be the Los Angeles Chargers. My third choice would be the Dallas Cowboys. Fourth, even as a Giants fan, probably the Eagles. Very hard week. Who are you guys taking in your Week 12 Survivor pool if you're still alive? If you're not, who would you take? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, share the video, hit the bell to get notifications. I'm out.